I got to try out the Switch 2 early at London Excel yesterday. It was a really fun time. I really loved the event. It was my first time going to London and an event like that, in honesty. So yeah, had a really good time. Yo,
This
we're going to see
train
the
has
Switch 2!
9
What's the first exhibit you're going to go check out when we see the Switch 2?
We have Mario Kart first.
Oh yeah, Mario Kart first. It seems like a forced one. Okay, your first willing one.
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong. Yep, you already know your boy's going to check out Cyberpunk.
And then Zelda.
They're doing both the Zelda games, aren't they?
Then Cyberpunk.
Yeah. Oh, I'm checking this, yeah. I'm not sure which one I'm checking after that, but that's the
Oh,
main
Mario
one.
Party. With
Mario
the camera
Party, yeah,
rolls.
true. I want to see how that runs. Okay, we are in London. Right, we have arrived at our stop. We are on our way to Excel now, and yeah, looking forward to it. You? Okay, we are outside. We are waiting. We have over half an hour to wait until we can get in there. Shit's boring. But on to the main topic. Let's talk about the console. So first things first, I am glad that it didn't feel too heavy. Obviously, with the newer components and such, there's a lot more technology in the actual device. It's bigger, so it was likely going to feel a lot more heavy. But no, it didn't feel awfully heavy at all. It was a nice weight in my opinion, not too light, not too heavy, and I was really happy with that. The new screen was also really nice, obviously higher resolution, supports HDR, and the addition of the 16:9 ratio as opposed to the 3:4 ratio from the last Switch was also really nice. Unfortunately, while at the event, I didn't really get to find out too much about the technical specifics. It didn't seem like the staff really knew that much either, but obviously Nintendo will be safeguarding that for a bit. Maybe it's out there on the website already as I'm recording this. I have not checked since I got home. Still, the staff did try and find out as much as they could for me, and I'm grateful for that. And the new Joy-Cons are really nice too, with obviously they have a lot of new features, including the one I got to try out, which was the mouse functionality. Unfortunately, I didn't get to try out using the Joy-Con as a individual controller, so the new bumpers unfortunately remain a mystery to me. But I trust they're better. Everything else about this console was in fact better than the last gen. But talking about the event, it was super fun. The energy there was immaculate. The staff did a really good job of making you feel welcome, comfortable, and it was really entertaining. Like, they had a lot of energy, and I fully respect them for that, because I know for a fact I would not be able to match the energy they produced. Okay, we have the wristband, we are in. And so is Nathan, he's just running off. So we're in it now, and now we're just in a queue. And they are showing the direct up there. I can't believe they put Ubisoft in charge of the screen. Oh, Bethesda, yeah.
At least Ubisoft games are somewhat polished.
True.
I mean, sometimes not. Excited.
Yep, we are going in, Nathan. How's that make you feel?
Are you ready?
Yep, we're ready. Good afternoon. It was quite busy there because there was a lot of people, obviously different groups. I was part of the Pink band. Unfortunately, I misunderstood the time restraints. I thought we had an hour window to try something out. So we had to leave early as I'd booked the train back way too early for the event. The event was still going by the time I boarded the train. But yeah, onto the games. We got to try out the Super Mario World game, and it was really fun. I've only ever played Mario Kart 8 Deluxe a few times using my friend's Nintendo Switches or an event at college. And the only Mario Kart I personally own is the one for the Wii. But even then I could tell all the little improvements here and there. But even then I could really tell all the little improvements. There were new items, some which I understood, some which I am still a little confused on what they were meant to do. The new map being open world was really interesting, and thankfully there still remains a lot of verticality. I really enjoy that in Mario Kart maps. So when I learned it was open world, I kind of worried that we'd lose a lot of that verticality given the free roam and the races and how they function that we learned from the direct. But no, thankfully you can still go quite high up and down. The courses are super interesting. And obviously the game itself looked a lot better. New lighting, high resolution textures, and just the high res screen as well. Not to mention the frame rate was stable and consistent, which I really did enjoy. I believe that the frame rate was above 60 FPS, but honestly I was just too excited at that point, so I didn't really pay that much attention. But overall it just felt really good. I didn't feel disadvantaged at all via the frame rate, and I felt I could just play the game like any other Mario Kart. And I was also lucky enough to grab some live footage of me playing Mario Kart. Whether this will stay up or not, we'll have to find out, but if it is up, here you go. And once we got through the Mario Kart section, which we had to do, we were allowed to go around and choose what we wanted to try out, so I immediately ran to Cyberpunk. People who know me will know that this is my favourite game of all time. I have over 500 hours in it. And honestly, I was surprised at how well it ran. I've seen portable Cyberpunk performance on things like the Steam Deck, and the Steam Deck is quite a beefy thing. It is essentially a mini PC. So to see the Switch 2 kind of match it was really, really impressive. Obviously, I didn't really get to check out the settings as we weren't given that freedom to try them out on the demo switches. However, it did run really, really well. I was playing absolutely fine. There are only a few visual bugs, like lighting failed to keep up for a couple seconds here and there, but these are all things that can be ironed out. If I was actually allowed to customize the settings, I probably could have found the most optimal way to play, but I didn't, but it still ran great. In the game, there are two presets, quality and performance. I was playing on quality as well on handheld, and even then, I could play absolutely fine. Like, I was just going around murdering a bunch of people in Dogtown. Firefights didn't seem to affect frame rate too much, which was a massive concern for me originally. But no, it felt really good. I also did have a few bugs, like my bike clipped into a car that was crashed on the side of the road. Again, all things which can be patched and do kind of still exist in the main game here and there, just rarely. But there was only that one bug, so I can't complain too much, and it's on a Switch. So yeah, overall really impressive. And I also got to meet two members of CD Projekt Red, which was super exciting. But I was unfortunately so nervous that I didn't really get to ask many questions I wanted to, including questions about whether I could get like a little tease for what's coming up for the future of the game. Because I'm convinced that there's something big coming. CDPR's little profit statement has me believing something, but let's not get off track. It's really impressive, and the entire game is on the card. Like, you don't have to download, you just plug and play, which means you own the game. You're not buying a license, you're buying the game, which is the best deal you could get. And now on to the next game I played, Donkey Kong Bonanza. I had never played a Donkey Kong game before, except for an hour before the event where we were on the train and Nathan and me played one of the Donkey Kong games that he owns. So other than that, I had no experience on this franchise, so I can't really be too constructively critical of it, as I don't know anything about the franchise. But I can say that I did have a lot of fun with it. There are still a few performance issues, like the frame rate dropped at different sections of the first area, which can be ironed out, I'm sure. There's a lot of destruction physics in the game though, so it makes sense why it needs a bit more polishing. But yeah, I had a lot of fun on it, and unfortunately I didn't find out whether it was the Super Mario Odyssey team that worked on it, which me and Nathan have been trying to figure out. The staff couldn't help me either, unfortunately. Nintendo keeps a lot of secrets to themselves half the time. But yeah, it was a fun game, and if you are looking forward to it, then I'm sure you will enjoy it. And then for the last game I managed to play, it was Metroid Prime 4. I had never played a Metroid game in my life either, even though one of my favourite genres is Metroidvania and first-person shooter, which this game definitely is. The main highlight of this exhibit for me, however, was the mouse functionality. That was the whole reason I went to play it. And it was really good. It took me like about 5 minutes to get used to it at first. It was just weird holding a Joy-Con like a mouse, like to find the optimal hand position and whatnot, but yeah. After like 5 minutes I got really used to it and I was playing like any other shooter on mouse and keyboard, which is a really, really good sign. They've done a really good job with it. The game also itself was really fun. I did have a blast. Apparently I caught on really quick and quickly cleared the level as well compared to everyone else, which is a good thing. It means that the game's been designed really well and intuitively. So for people who are fans of this game, you're gonna have a blast as well. And those are unfortunately the only 4 games I got to try there. There were 18 exhibits, but obviously time constraints and poor planning or understanding of the event led us to leave early. So we just kind of collected the goodie bag and set off to go catch the train before it left. But I did have a lot of fun and it was a really great event. And it's boosted my confidence a lot with travelling around the UK. That's something I never really had that much confidence on, but I've slowly been building that confidence up the last few months. So Can't complain at all. It was a blast. Thank you very much, Nintendo, for having me. It was an honour to be able to try the Switch 2 early. And yeah, for anyone who's already ordered the console or is thinking of it, I'd recommend it. I wouldn't recommend the price of the games, but that's the next video. So, with that out of the way, see you around.